My goodness. What's up?
Hey y'all. I think that's like my tagline for this because
Hey,
every
y'all.
podcast introduction is me saying, hey y'all.
Welcome to the Black Coffee and Tea podcast.
Turn up. I know y'all missed us. It's been a minute.
It's been a good
It
minute. I don't know,
feels
like
like
a
it's
week.
been a minute.
Was it? I've been busy. I know you've been busy.
Girl, work has been kicking my ass. That's okay. Job security. But it's been rough. So I'm excited though because our homecoming, Whitney, your alma mater,
Yes, you
my alma
homecoming.
mater, Tennessee
Hey.
State in the house. Big Blue, our homecoming is this weekend. So
That's
mama
what's
gotta
up.
have a life too. I plan on being out in the streets just like one day though.
I wish I could be there. I wish I could be there.
Too much activity, I become overstimulated. So
Girl, you be to bed by 9:30.
I'll be in the bed at 7:30. I'm like, wait, where y'all trying to
You can
go?
go to any day party.
Exactly. And you know
Any
what? The
event.
day party be enough. That's like enough turn up for me.
I
You
prefer
go
a day
during the
party.
day. You said you prefer the day party?
Yeah, I feel like ever since I turned about 28, the day party was where it's at. Like, you can
Yeah.
get home early, have a full day ahead of you the next day, not hungover.
Yeah. You saw
Perfect.
everybody who you needed to see. Everybody was seen. Got to show off your outfit.
Yes, in the
Super
daylight.
fly in the daylight.
Get to
So,
see
honey, this is
niggas
what I look
for what
like
they
at
really look like.
night. This is what I really look like, honey. So,
Love a day party. Love a
love a
day
day
party.
party. It should be a good time.
So it's been a crazy week this week. Crazy week in
Mm,
the media and entertainment world.
it
Just
has been.
life, period. Um, I
I'm
know
like,
we all saw Kanye at the White
yes,
House. Okay.
crazy,
I
crazy.
have to make an announcement about this. I've just
Okay.
been, it's been disturbing my soul, like everything that's been going on. And in social media, the comments, and I'm on YouTube and the comments, like this Kanye thing and Trump thing has like completely tore people apart in a bigger way than I think is needed at this time. Um, I'm not a Kanye fan. I have not been a Kanye fan in a long time, since
Okay.
back in the day. Everyone knows that. I'm not a real Trump fan, of course. Like most Black Americans in this country, I'm not a Trump fan at all. But at the end of the day, we live in America and you can choose to support whomever the fuck you want to support. You can be an idiot. That's your right in this country, okay? I feel
Facts.
like it's turned into a witch hunt situation with Kanye. Like I've seen a lot of shit in the comments and it's like people are going back and forth because some people are defending him and other people are bashing him, and we got Snoop coming on there like chastising him. It's just like, to me it's turned into now Kanye's actually right. Y'all are bullying the nigga. Like let him do what he want to do. Like at this point in time, if Kanye wants to make a complete ass of himself on national television, you don't have to take part of that. You don't have to support him. Kanye doesn't represent me and he doesn't have to represent you. But all of this like witch hunt and if you're not bashing Kanye, then you support Trump. Like all that is disturbing to me. And it really does go to say like his whole free think protest he's been on, or whatever he's been telling the world to think freely. It's really shining the light on that, because if anyone turns against that group I hate Kanye mentality, oh, you're a coon, oh, you're a Trump supporter, do you support Trump? Like, it's not about that. Everything's not black and everything's not white. There's 50 fucking shades of gray. And yeah, I'm not a Kanye fan by any means, but this man can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. If he wants to support Trump, let him support Trump. Like, I'm I don't follow Kanye's footsteps. You know what I'm saying? And people put so much weight in this guy. And I'm like, he's a fucking rapper who married a Kardashian and now he's super famous. I mean, he was famous before, but now this just makes him uber famous. And that doesn't mean I'm going to go follow his footsteps and he represents me. And I just think people need to just let shit go, because it's just getting out of control. Like I had to log off of like Facebook, because I only go on Facebook like once every 2 weeks anyway. But some of the comments I saw and the debates that people were going back and forth on, and it's just like, why are y'all tearing each other apart over what Kanye West does? Like, I don't know. It's disturbing me. So
I think that I definitely agree with what you're saying, because I feel like the bullying, I saw this happening. Like, I knew this was it. I saw the progression.
yeah.
And although I haven't been just a huge Kanye West fan, I have admired him at certain points of his life, to the point where he became the Kanye that we know him to be, to even care to talk about. And I feel like and I recognize that there are super big Kanye fans that have rode with him from probably right before he blew up from College Dropout to now. And I think that anytime you have people that are super invested in a person, it could be, your mom, your dad, your uncle, or the celebrity. I feel like we forget people are actually human, especially when you're on a high platform. But I feel like when you have those type of people that ride hard for you and have supported you to the umpth degree up until this point, and I feel like the reason why it is a big circus and a shit show is because people are very, very disappointed with Kanye, and they don't know how to have a healthy debate as far as what's going on, as far as opinions. It's now turning into like a hate situation, a hateful situation. And
like a witch hunt.
Exactly.
Like, they want to see him burned at the stake. And I'm just like,
they do. Like, there's people that are like,
he wants to. Like, that's his life. Like,
there's people that are like, he's going to get killed and all these things. And, and again, here's the thing. So as we all know, mental health is very, very serious. It's already a stigma with, us Black people as a community not going to therapists and, taking what we need to take and doing our due diligence to put and feed our minds the right stuff, because we feel like we are in control. But it does not help that we once were like, oh, okay, he came out and said he's got mental health issues. Well, we kind of knew that, but now he's admitted it. And then on top of that, depending on his...
Didn't he say, I mean, mistake me if I'm wrong, but I thought he bipolar. Said that he was on medicine because he was overcoming, he got addicted to some type of painkillers that he was on after lipo. And he was saying that his behavior was because of the pills. That's what I heard him say. I didn't hear him say he had mental anything. I heard him say that he became addicted in some way, shape, or form to the pills that he was prescribed after liposuction, and that fucked up his state, his emotional state. That's what I heard him say on TMZ.
So no matter how he got to this point where he's not okay, because I feel like he probably wasn't okay before he took the pills.
But you specifically said bipolar. I didn't hear him ever call himself bipolar. I'm just asking, did he?
Oh, I don't know. But okay, I thought he at one point said he was bipolar or borderline bipolar.
I never heard him say that.
So I'm not going to quote him. I'm just saying that clearly, however he got to this point, whatever was said up until this point, that appears to him that he is just not okay. It doesn't help when we as a community and we as a society bully this man even more, when it's kind of like kicking somebody when they're down. And one could argue, well, he's putting himself in these positions to be kicked down.
I don't know if I buy the whole mental illness thing. Like, at first I did, but then now I feel like regardless, this man shouldn't be bullied. I mean, it's getting to a point where it's like, okay, we get it. Y'all have y'all opinion. It is what it is. He's still going to do what he's doing. Just, like, the bashing and shit is getting...
Well, everybody gets bullied, though. I mean, all the celebrities get bullied. I get it, but
everybody don't go head to head over. Now Kanye has made himself a representation of something bigger than himself. So now if you supporting Kanye, or if your stance on Kanye is one way, people are now fighting and arguing with each other like, oh, so you're a Republican, you support Trump, you like, now it's turned into something bigger than Kanye. Like, it's a representation. Like, oh, if you supporting Kanye and not bashing Kanye, then you agree with what he's saying and you agree with what Trump's saying. Like, everyone's associating so much weight onto Kanye's fucking decisions. That's what I'm saying.
Well, and I think that's a separate issue, I think, from bullying, because, you know, that's then taking a group of people and now you're dividing the country based on Kanye's, you know, I'm speaking to specifically bullying. So all I'm saying is, while the man is down, clearly something isn't right, whether that's mental illness, whether that's him just dealing with depression, which he has come out and said that he has dealt with, hence his plastic surgery. Yeah. Whatever the case is that he should not be bullied. And I think at this point, with, like, just to bring this to a closure on my end, I feel like the people, because I feel like we continue to talk about it, not you and I'm saying it's just like Kanye, it's the same things. Like, honestly, if I don't hear, me and my sister were talking about this today, if we do not hear one more thing about Kanye, we will be so okay. Like, this president, him meeting the president and all of this commotion behind it, it was a big deal. I'm not going to lie. It was something to be like, ooh. But if somebody comes and was like, hey, you hear what Kanye, did you see what? I'm like, save it. Like, just, okay, what did he do? Okay, but I'm not going to go watch it because I'm tired of it. I'm sad. If I'm quite honest, I'm very sad about it because, and it might, now that I'm thinking about it, it may have a lot to do with me feeling like he's bullied. And I don't like anybody to feel like they're being ganged up on, regardless of whatever. It's
bringing out the ugly in people. That's
whatever it is you decide to do, I still don't like, whether I like you or I don't like you, I don't want you to be bullied. And I just feel really, really sad for him. I feel really sad. Like I said, it has nothing to do with me being a fan and then not a fan. I just think it's just very sad because, again, I've seen Kanye appear and you've seen the gradual just decline, and it's just really sad for me.
It's a sad situation. I don't know. To me, I feel like people are saying Kanye is mentally this and mental. And at first I was saying that too, but it's like, if I really pay close attention, Kanye has been doing this for years, and it's just now his stance has turned, but his actions have never changed, really. He's always been the type of person to do the crazy shit and, you know, walk up on a fucking award show unannounced and take the microphone and say some off the wall shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that happened 10 years ago, and he's still doing crazy attention seeking stuff. It's just now not in the favor of the people, but it's still the same fucking Kanye from back then. Like, it's just, to me, he's a person who's very self-absorbed, and you gotta know, and I want everyone to realize this, that this is Kanye doing what's best for Kanye. This situation, him supporting Trump, that he's thinking about Kanye. He's not representing the people. He's not representing anyone. This is what's best for him. And to me, it's clear as day that there is some type of deal or arrangement between Donald Trump and the Kardashian-Jenner West family. It's something going on there. There's something. I don't know if he bought their support. I don't know if they are paying him to kind of lead the way for them to enter politics. I don't know what it is, but it's clear as day to me, the agenda. You know what I'm saying? And all of this commotion and, oh my God, he's supporting Trump. That's the small shit. That's the shit that it only matters. He's only in office for 2 more years and then maybe a re-election. But that's the small shit. The big shit is what's being set up here. That's what's really important. Some shit is being set up, if y'all can't tell. You know, but at the end of the day, Kanye is going to do his best for Kanye. And I just don't want the whole mental abuse thing to get misconstrued, because I don't feel like this man really has mental problems besides him being an extreme narcissist, you know, and just extreme. He feels like his power, his money, his rapping ability, him being a genius gives him validation for all of his actions. And he's just an extreme narcissist, in my opinion. I don't really see no real mental disorder there. And that's
I'm not a doctor, so I can't speak to what signs people have and look out for and what they are or not.
But I mean, you called him bipolar, so it's like,
well, no, I'm
thinking
saying
this man's bipolar
because I thought he said he was borderline bipolar. I am almost positive that came from somewhere. That's why I said the bipolar statement, not because that's what I diagnosed him to have, but regardless of the mental whatever, clearly something is not all the way right in his head. And
I don't know. I think it's
whether
him being
people
sneaky as
place it
fuck.
on him, whether people place it on him being Kanye, or whether people place it on him dealing with other stuff that he whatever, I just think that it's not okay that we are in the position that we're in now as a society to take this man down on top of, you know, everything.
But no one's taking him down. If you have your opinion, you have your opinion. My thing is, don't do the group think thing. Don't go out on a witch hunt and try to condemn everyone who doesn't want to bash Kanye. That's why you get the bullying, because people feel like an outcast if they're not included in the fucking Kanye bashing. And that's my thing. You know, I don't know. I don't feel like things are mentally. I don't know if you saw the interview with Drake when Drake just said how Kanye set him up for the whole Pusha T diss and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to that, and that was already the word on the street.
That's a character flaw. That's like
that was already the word on the street.
And
it was 100% true.
That's the character flaw, and that's an experience that Drake actually had with Kanye, and that's not to take away from, you know, saying Kanye is a good, upstanding man. I'd be pissed. I would be pissed if I was in Drake's position. Absolutely. Yeah. I could, you know, I'm glad he shared that story with the world.
I'm glad too. And it really shows a light on why Jay-Z and Beyonce distance themselves. Like, he's done this time and time again to his close uber celebrity fucking friends. And it's just like, people trust you and think that you actually going to put friendship above business celebrityness, and you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and you only did it because it was going to push you ahead further. You know, you got Drake's input on your album. You got Drake to write on your shit. And then you dissed him and took his information and produced another album for this man to diss Drake. So it's just like,
and that's why I say people.
No,
that's why I say something is wrong with him. Whether people attribute that to mental illness or just him being a narcissist.
We know a lot of deceitful.
I just think he's fucked up as a person. I
mean, anything as people. You know, that's how some people are. They will win at all costs.
But that's what I'm saying. And in my opinion, when you think like that, something is wrong with you. I mean, that's not a good, I mean, that's how you move, and anybody that decides to support you and move with you, that's on them. But in my opinion, anybody who operates that way and moves in that way, you're fucked up. Like, you're fucked up in the head. You see gray, you see blue, you see purple, and you don't vibe with the majority. You only sit up here and try to have the agenda to push you forward. And it's not cool, because as many people have supported him when he was nobody. I've heard the stories Jamie Foxx has shared. Little kid with, you know, the fucked up.
Jamie Foxx has a history with Kanye West?
Yes. You know, Jamie Foxx, he always shines light on these celebrities that were essentially no names before they became a name. He'll talk about, you know, a house party he threw. He'll talk about a hot house party he threw. And I think I said this on a podcast, you know, that Ed Sheeran guy, he just came over and he was like, hey, da-da-da. He came into the house party, played his little harmonica, and he was like, wow, that's great. And he was like, you know who that is? That was Ed Sheeran. And now we know, like, oh, dang, Ed Sheeran. But before, he was like, nobody. Jamie Foxx was like, come on in. Same thing with Kanye West. So I'm saying, like, you're the same people that gave you footstools to climb. It's almost like, fuck that. Like, I have no appreciation for how I got here, and I'm just going to do whatever the fuck I want to do, and you guys are going to deal with it. And if you don't deal with it, then something's wrong with y'all. To me, when anybody thinks that way, something is wrong with you in the head. Can't label what that is, but you need help. And I'm going to tell you this right now, Kim Kardashian, she is turning over in her freaking house in Calabasas because she did not sign up to marry this Kanye. I'm going to tell you that right now. She signed up. Listen, she signed up for the Jay-Z, Beyonce best friend Kanye. She signed up for the, you know, Vogue editor, Anna Wintour Kanye. Let me get into the Met Gala Kanye. You know, she signed up for that kind of Kanye, not this, like, now the whole culture pretty much just freaking, I don't want to say hate, it's such a strong word, but essentially, yeah, they're not fucking with him. And she needs our culture. So I just feel like she is probably somewhere about to put out a statement and just like she normally does, I'm going to stick by my husband, da, 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 which is what she should do. Just say something really blanket. Don't say too much. Don't get
She
involved in
doesn't
this.
have to say anything. It's
That's
kind
what
of
I'm saying.
obvious
But
she's sticking by her husband.
usually she comes out and says or does something that leads us to believe, okay, well, she's standing by her man, which again, nothing is wrong with that. I'm just saying though, that I know that this is not, I know she is somewhere like, what the fuck? And that's my opinion.
I mean, possibly, but I feel like she's smart. Christian are smart. And I don't know. To me, Kanye and Kim have been on the same accord, whether she's been as vocal or public as him, but she's been meeting Trump too. You know, she's doing a political run just like he is.
Yeah, but not the same kind of way. It's not what you do, it's how you do what you do.
It's not the same kind of way, but believe me, they are both just as cool with Trump. Whether she's vocalizing that or not, she has ties to that White House just like he does.
And again, I don't even have a problem with that. I'm just saying that I can appreciate, though, the way that she went about her business. And it wasn't in front of the camera. It wasn't like this big old ordeal. It was, we didn't know anything until it was done. And then we saw the pictures of her shaking the hands and maybe hugging or whatever. But I'm saying this was like a full-on press meeting with Kanye and Donald Trump. Like, it was a thing. So if you really wanted change and you really wanted to have a serious conversation,
I'm just saying, it's both in the same trend. It's the same direction. Believe me, she and Kanye are on the same accord. He may be taking the heat, but she is going the same direction, the same route, and it is for a very good reason. And that will be revealed in a few years.
It'll be to be continued.
Sure will be. When Governor Jenner and Governor Kardashian is running California.
Listen.
Yeah. But that's interesting.
Well.
So let's talk about, did you hear Quavo's new album from Migos?
No, I didn't. Actually, I need to write that down. Girl,
okay. You didn't really miss anything, to be honest.
The
internet has been bashing him because his shit just basically reaffirms why he's in a group, because he kind of needs them to bring his music up to par.
Oh no.
The whole album had he had 19 songs, and about 13 of those songs have features. So he had other people all over that album. It just wasn't
Quavo's the one with Saweetie, right?
The one who is seen with Sweetie, yes.
Okay.
That's Quavo. But the real hype about that album is Quavo did basically he had a song called Huncho Dreams, and it was in response, or apparently in response to Nicki Minaj's Barbie Dreams. All right. So basically on this song, he talks about how he had sex with Nicki, how when she was seen on Instagram unwrapping that Chanel purse or whatever it was, he's the one that sent her that purse. And he actually did a whole skit at his fucking album release party in LA. He had a whole skit of a woman pretending to be Nicki Minaj and a whole production girl unwrapping the fucking boxes. You know, when she was like, being all extra and stupid. So yeah, so he basically, this was like a whole diss at Nicki Minaj. Basically, to me, it's solidified that he is team Cardi and Offset, and him and Nicki Minaj have no ties anymore. And he definitely outed their relationship. He said he hit it multiple times and he came on her face and all types of shit. So
I just think when a guy, that is hilarious. Just let me just say that.
It's
That's
so
really
classic.
Funny. But I feel like when a guy, a guy does that, I feel like it's just such a bitch ass. Like, I hate when guys do that shit on a female. Like, it's such a bitch ass mood. Like, it just burns me up. Like, how corny are you?
So corny.
You know, or how corny can you really be? Okay, thank you for showing us. Because, okay, like, you bought her the bag. You know what I'm saying? Okay, like, she probably got as much pleasure as you did. And it's just kind of like, you try to sit up here and out like, it just is whack when a guy does it. I mean, it is juicy that he did this, but I'm just like, I'm cool on you. Like,
all Amigos to me is whack, except for Takeoff. I love Takeoff, and I can't wait for his solo album, because he's the one who minds his business. He stays out of publicity. He really just be on his own shit.
See, I thought he was the one that came out with the album. That's why got Quavo and him confused,
That's
but I thought
Quavo.
Takeoff was the one. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it was super corny. And I feel like artists like this, they set themselves up. So like Quavo, it's karma coming to you. Honestly, I feel like
It's
a bunch
already
of these
paid.
artists, they're hot right now, but I don't think they're going to be around 10 years from now. Like, it's just you already making enemies in the fucking industry. You're really full of yourself. So
It's
I
a
don't
new
know.
day.
Good luck to them. But
It's
I showed your true colors. So.
definitely a new day and age.
Definitely. These stars are something different, man.
There's something different. They're popcorn, you know?
Really something different.
Get in while the getting is good. Shoot. That's what I would do.
It's just such a like social media age. Like
it is.
Nobody really even cares about the content or the talent or the product anymore. It's just how much fucking can you be trending and how can you get on
how many likes,
covers,
how many views,
how many followers, like
how many bookmarks. Do people say bookmark?
Bookmarks. Bitch, people don't read. Like,
you know the bookmarks on Instagram. I'm like, where do they go after you bookmark something? Because on some of our posts,
you can save
like 30. It'll have like 30 bookmarks. Something like when I try to bookmark, I can't figure out where it's saved to.
Are you joking? I bookmark everything and go back to it later.
What?
Oh my gosh! So when you go to your
gosh, you do?
Yeah, I do. If I can't post it right now, like if I want to come back to that post, I'm like, ooh, bookmark. So
it really is a place where they are stored.
Yeah, go on our IG, BCT Podcast, for those who aren't following. And yeah, you'll see I have at least 60 bookmarks saved already.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so if you guys go to your profile, you add BCT Podcast, okay? Then after you add them, after you add us, no, if you go to the little 3 dashes at the top of your profile, it will say saved with a little bookmark symbol.
Oh my gosh.
And then you can access all of your bookmarks. You can actually categorize them if you'd like to do that.
Oh my gosh. Like, this is where you guys are. Oh my God. Yeah, I did. I can't even believe this. This is all the stuff that I bookmarked.
See?
Oh my gosh.
Learn something new every day. So why are you still bookmarking if you had no idea where it went? What the hell? I cannot.
I don't know, girl. Sometimes I accidentally do it and I just will be like, oh, I need to research how to get back to it. I don't know.
Oh my God.
The
ins and out of IG, you gotta stay hip. You gotta
stay hip. Things are always changing.
Those viral videos be coming.
Tabs are always appearing. Like if I see one more editing feature on the story from Instagram, I'm like, I can't even keep
so much stuff.
It's just I'm overstimulated.
I don't understand the TV concept. It's like Instagram TV or something.
Yeah, so I think they're
work?
trying to, what I think is that they're trying to slowly integrate a YouTube-ish.
That'll be dope if we can connect our YouTube straight to our IG.
No, I think Instagram is ultimately going to try to take over a YouTube at some point.
I mean, maybe. But YouTube's owned by Google and they can't acquire Google, Facebook and Google.
Well, it's not that they're trying to acquire it, but if they can somehow pull the audience away from, and not right now,
like a partnership in some type of way.
Maybe they will, but I just see things how I see them. Like the whole Facebook, they started having stuff, and then Instagram took some stuff, and then Snapchat came around, and they had the story feature. Now Instagram had the story, and now they've pulled all the Snapchat. Like I'm like, oh, so every time they introduce something new, I'm like, what y'all trying to do?
Right.
Like, what y'all trying to get into next, So I don't know. That's my own little conspiracy theory. Is that a conspiracy or is that a theory?
It's just a theory. I mean, I don't know how much of a conspiracy it is, but I got a million of those, so not a problem. So did you hear that viral video? Or did you watch that viral video, I should say, about the black man trying to get into his luxury apartment building?
Girl.
Yeah, and the white woman stopping him, or she's like, let me see your ID.
Girl, I was so mad watching that video. I was cussing up a storm. You would have thought that I was in the video. Like,
He was so cool, calm, and collected, though.
girl, he had, you know what? And I was so mad about it. But then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? He had to be, because he's a man. He's on top of that, a black man.
He sure
Like,
do.
he easily,
You can't show your ass.
even if he raised his voice, no matter if he was in the right, being at that place, he still would have been like, kudos to you, sir.
Yeah.
That is an example of, unfortunately, how you should behave in situations that may seem and look unfair and actually be unfair to you.
Yeah.
But that is a prime example of how to keep it cool, calm, and collected. Because
sometimes you don't have the luxury of defending yourself.
You don't have the luxury.
Or going off on somebody when you know they deserve it. Like,
bitch, I would have been like, do you live here? Like, excuse me, what are you doing here? Where's your key fob? I'm sorry, you can't afford to live here.
You don't ask someone what their room number is, their unit number. Like, who the hell are you?
Girl, I am not even a fighter like that, and I would have fucked her ass up. I would have just barged my way through it and kept on going.
Yeah,
but
I'm a little confused because I thought he had his own set of keys and he was opening the door, but she was like at the door. So she was
at the door, and I think she even wanted. The problem was that she wanted him to make her feel comfortable. So, meaning, well, I see you have a key, but where's your fob? If you really live here, where's your fob? Show me your fob. He would not show her the fob because he's like, bitch, I live here. Move. Get out my way.
Exactly.
You blocked my door. Like, I'm not going to make you feel comfortable in this moment by giving you what you need to prove that I live here.
Yeah.
Bitch,
like, you are not top flight security of the world, Craig. Like, they really be thinking they are security of the world.
Right. That's what that was.
It's disturbing.
She wanted him to make, she either wanted the dick or she wanted him.
He's going to come up to that unit number at midnight.
That's it. He was like, bitch, bye. I wouldn't touch you if you was the last woman on earth at this point.
Yep.
So
it's disturbing.
Yeah. Very pissed off, which leads me into, I did not know about this story, and I'm very, the people that know me know that I hate to hear about things happening to little kids and old people. Those are my two, like, triggers when it comes to Mia jumping off the cliff and just not being okay. I can't hear about stories like that. However, once this story broke out, of course, you know, I had my sister, she was like, well, did you hear about the 9-year-old who was accused of sexually assaulting a woman? As he walked past her, she thought he touched her butt or hunched her butt. And the cameras then came out, the security cameras, thank God that the security cameras even worked, because this was in a gas station. So you know how sometimes iffy that can be, meaning they're either on or off at the right or wrong time. This situation they were on, and it clearly showed that the little boy had his backpack on and he just was walking.
Backpack brushed her.
And the mom and the sister just were crying because she literally took it there. Like, he molested me, the little boy was crying. Like,
how old was this woman?
She was grown as fuck. She had to be, girl. And the cameras weren't really that clear. And I'm sure that there's some pictures out, like probably really good ones. But from the security camera, from what I saw, she looked like she could be about 40, 50.
What state was this in?
I don't know. I don't know.
Sounds like a Southern story.
Oh, girl, I was so pissed.
Probably Florida.
He turned around and she was like, and clearly the camera didn't have the voice on, but you could tell her be like, no, he did, like, no, I know that he came up to my butt and was like, like this. And like, she was making the motions like he was hunching her butt. And, he did not just walk past. And of course the mom and the sister are like, wait, what just happened? Because they didn't see it, and there's other little kids. There's like little bitty girls, like 3 or 4. They're just walking, like little ducklings. And then little boy has his backpack. He's literally just walking, not even looking that way. He's just walking out. And what the?
Girl, let's thank God this ain't 1963 and it wasn't a damn lynching or something because of that shit. Because that's another little Emmett Till story. And I had just watched that Emmett Till documentary. Like,
I hadn't watched it yet.
That shit is so crazy to just think about all the lies and just people that die for shit like that. Like, they're about to make a movie about that, and I can't wait. because Emmett Till is one story that it really brings out the gruesome, just evil history of America. And it's a story people like to forget and like to not think about, because it brings out the darkest sides of America, and to have his image ingrained, into our heads. But it's necessary, because that's how evil humans can get. And you need to learn from the past, because that shit can happen again. It lives within humans, and it's happened, and it could happen again. And especially with this evil coming up now, with all this racist shit escalating and viral videos, and now it's just being caught on camera and given the fuel to go around the world, because it's fucking viral. Everything's viral. Social media, did you see this, did you see that? But it's always existed, it's always existed.
For sure. And for sure,
I just think people are a little more comfortable expressing their hate these days. Like, it's no shame
thanks
now.
Thanks to Trump.
Trump has been president, for sure.
Everybody the green light to just act a damn donkey.
To say what they want to say. If it's not favorable, it's like, whatever. People don't even care about others' feelings, or it's disgusting.
And I know that there are millions of stories like Emmett Till. That's what's sad, that we don't even know about. And there are probably some that are still happening today that are just like that. These rural towns, where nobody will know.
All those black kids that was missing in DC.
Yeah.
Girl, it's so many conspiracy theories about that. The whole Get Out thing about the organ donation, they said that was a hidden message, because supposedly black people's organs are going for a lot of money. Shit, these rich people are paying. If they got heart disease, they will pay for somebody to kill a nigga, get you a strong, stable heart like an ox, and do an underground surgery. That's real. That's real. You think I'm lying?
Oh, shit. Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, that is hilarious.
Y'all, you think it's hilarious?
I mean, it's just, the world, this is America.
Girl.
This is America.
Yeah.
So
anatomically, our bodies don't make sense. The way we can withstand, just our muscles, just everything, like our bodies in some way, shape, or form is just something they're trying to dig into, to see, why do we age so slow? Why does, it's a fascination with Black anatomy.
Probably because we was working in the fields, we had to be motherfucking strong. We was out there, we was out there doing a lot of shit. So genetically, we was breeding.
We evolved to be
strong babies because we had the heat, we had the work, we had, shit. Think about it. So that's a benefit probably for us at this point.
It is.
While y'all sitting up there laying up in the air and motherfucking, lounging.
We worked when we was sick, so our immune systems be strong.
We running through underground railroads, all kind of shit, just doing the most.
Yep.
Okay. And having to be mentally strong.
Yep.
Okay. So to me, that makes sense in my mind, whether that's true or not.
It does make sense.
But it makes
it's
sense
evolution. It's science,
Yeah.
And the only way they could get us, the only way they could take us out was to take us out or have us take ourselves out, which is why they introduced us to horrible food, soul food, why, it's so much fucking hate and poverty in our communities and Black on Black crime. All that's planned, but we ain't got to get into that.
Ooh, that's
a different podcast.
LMI.
Who?
LMI.
LMA? Yeah,
oh,
LMA.
My bad. LMA. Sorry, girl.
What about her?
Love her album.
Oh, okay.
Love her album. Apparently she's been out before, and I just am now discovering her since Boot Up, but apparently she's
been out for a minute. I saw her in concert like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I've never heard of her since Boot Up, and Boot Up was great. It's actually, I can't listen to it anymore, but because it's been the one record that's been played out since forever, which is great. It's a great record. But yeah, I like her. I didn't know, and I also like Trip too, but I didn't know how you just don't really know if you haven't been following that artist and maybe don't know their range and what they've done. So I was open because, like I said, I liked her 2 songs that I've heard, and I was more than pleasantly surprised. Like, that Own It song has been on repeat. Shot Clock.
That's a nice song.
The other one, what is it? Crooked Clocks or something. I don't know, but it's a good album. Run Your Mouth.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I heard it. I skimmed through it. I like LMA, I do, but my only thing with her is a lot of her music sounds the same to me. Like, Boot Up and Trip kind of sound the same to me too. Like, I don't know. She just has that same that. I like her. I like her voice. I like her style. I like that old school R&B feel. But I don't know. I feel like if I heard one LMA song, I've heard them all. Like, that's what she gives me. And I don't like all that talking she be doing on her album.
Yeah, I don't either.
Like, skip.
Yeah, I do. I do skip. I'm like,
but other than that, she's doing her thing. Yeah.
Yes. I'm excited for the Raheem DeVaughn album that comes out, drops Friday. So I can't stress that enough. Okay, so Emily and Fab.
Oh, I was going to talk about that too.
Did you want to talk about that?
Yeah, because I saw I was watching State of the Culture with Remy Ma. Did you see this week's episode?
I did see I hadn't watched all of it, so I've watched like maybe half.
Well, she had very strong opinions on it, and it.
Who, Remy?
Remy did, and it sparked a lot of controversy, like in the comments and stuff.
Okay.
And you could tell she's a personal friend of Fabulous, so she was very, in my opinion, she's kind of biased. But
I feel like she's more biased when things come down, when things are to be discussed about the law, which I get
definitely.
it. She has a really connected energy with that side of it, so I get it. But
definitely, she don't think nobody deserves to go to prison.
Yeah,
like, you gotta go on a mass murder spree of 12 children in order to qualify to go to prison. In her eyes, like, she'd be like, "No, stop saying people deserve to go to prison. They don't deserve to go to prison." And he's like, "I mean, if you rape 15 people, don't you deserve to go to prison?" She's like, "No." Like, girl, I know you're an ex-con, but damn, dog. Some people deserve to go to prison. Like,
it's there for a reason, okay? Shit. So yeah,
like, you needed to go to prison. Like, I'm sorry, I heard the story, and you shooting your best friend over $1,000. Like, your ass needs to be locked up for a minute to rearrange some shit.
I love Emily. But yeah, Emily B and Fab, I don't really know how I feel about it. I kind of feel like anytime a woman stays with a man in their bad behavior, whatever the case is, it kind of makes me feel less about the situation. Because again,
that was Remy Ma's point to it.
Yeah, like,
basically, like, that's a family matter, and if she's taking him back, who are we to say he deserves any penalty for that if she's with him? And I'm like, I don't know, that you have that opinion too, so share your thoughts.
I feel like I have heard victims' stories where it's like, it's not easy to always leave, and I get that. I've never been a victim of any kind of situation where I couldn't walk out of. A lot of the fucked up shit I've decided to stay in, sometimes still have decided to stay in, not my current situation. So I just feel like with this, on one side of it, okay, yeah, I'm empathetic because I'm like, well, maybe she can't just get up and walk away. It's not that easy because who knows, whatever, she's a victim. But on the other side of it, though, I'm like, if she don't have a problem with it, because I feel like when a woman is sick and tired and fed up, I don't care who you are sick and tired and you're fed up. And it's not to say that she doesn't disagree with Fab in the way that he's handled certain situations, and probably situations that we have never even seen behind closed doors. But by you standing by him in a public eye, and on top of that, your dad is like, now he's going to testify on behalf of Fab. I don't care if Fab gave him money or whatever that people are speculating. I just feel like that is a stance that family is wanting to take. And that shows me that they're okay with it. And that's just how simple as I look at it. Like, you know, I guess I just don't feel any type of way. And I mean, at first I did when I saw the video, because naturally, like anybody, when you see something, no matter what context it's in, whether it's 15 seconds of someone getting their ass beat or being threatened or whatever, you're going to feel something, whether it's the other way or this way, you're going to feel something. And I did feel something when I saw the video way back when. But now, especially with right after it happened, her staying with him and then just me seeing them out and this and this and this, I'm just kind of like, oh, next story. Yeah. But people really have opinions about it. I mean, they're really like,
yeah,
he deserves
I don't have a personal, I'm not walking around with fucking convict fabulous picket signs or nothing.
Well, but on Instagram they do. On Instagram, on these comments, they really feel some type of way. They're like, Emily, you whore, you bitch, this is what you get for deserving. You deserve, like, they going in like, and then you have some people that are like, next, she deserves it because she's staying with his ass. And then you have some that are like, you know, Fab, this is what you get for trying to deal with people like this. You know.
Well, yeah, people have a million opinions.
They have millions of opinions about it. I didn't know that many people cared, but Fabulous is a big deal. So
I think a lot of people care because if Fabulous is like one of our old school rappers, and it's taken 20 years for something to come out to kind of like fuck up his reputation. Mm-hmm. So it's a level of like almost like shock a little bit, because when I saw the video, I was like, damn, I never imagined this side of Fabulous. He's always so like calm, cool, and collected, like in the public eye.
I thought, no, he's had other allegations. I don't know if they've been like court, whether it's like she's pressed charges and people have done it.
I don't know about the allegations, but I just know that video. I've never seen him like irate, or I've never seen him. He's a very chilled, laid back guy. Like in every interview and he seems super laid back and chill. He's not like a hype.
I've heard. I want to say on even one of the Love and Hip Hop, I want to say something.
Yeah, I don't know about what people heard.
I don't know.
I may have heard, but nothing stuck because I didn't see it with my own two eyes and hear it with my own two ears. But when I saw that video and they played it again on State of the Culture, that reaction of Emily B when he came towards her at the very end of the video, and the video cut, and she literally just was screaming and she ran from him. She jumped in fear and just screamed, so like just in terror. It gave me chills, and it gave me chills watching it again today, because I just watched it a few hours ago. And it's just like, yeah, she could take him back. I get it. I've been in relationships that are horrible for me, where I've been, you know, in shit where I shouldn't have been, being, you know, called every name in the book, you know, and I still stuck around for shit like that. I don't condemn her staying with him because I'm not in her situation. I don't know her life. I don't know her whatever. Exactly. But my stance with abuse on women is still the same. I don't think it's right that he is abusing her in any way, shape, or form. That level of terror that she had was crazy. And for him to do it in front of her dad, it's like, God damn, imagine what he's doing in front of nobody. Imagine when there's no cameras and no kids and no dad. Like, if he's doing this in front of the fucking cameras and shit, like, I couldn't even imagine. So, and apparently her teeth were knocked out. My thing is, thank God for the government at this time. Thank God for our system. There's bad things about the system, but this is the beauty in the system. Just because Emily B decides to drop those charges that she initially pressed against Fabulous, it doesn't matter anymore. Now the state has picked up those charges, because abuse, whether you decide to drop the charges or not, now you're a threat to society. And now the police are going to pick up those charges.
Yeah, but if they don't have anybody testifying, though, like...
They have a witness. That's what it is. They have a witness, and I'm not sure if it's Emily B or what, but they have a witness, which is why they're continuing with the case. And they have that video footage, which they're going off of. So it's not anything major, but I think it's good to prove a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Also, women, if you are going to initiate these lawsuits or restraining orders or whatever, you can't renege once you're in the system of the court. Like, there needs to be penalties for that.
So she did press charges at first.
She did, and she dropped them, and the state picked them up. And I mean, that's a lesson for everyone. Like if you really are ready to end it, then you go to the police. If you're not, don't, because now there's repercussions that are out of your hand, out of your control. And if you think Fabulous is going to go through this trial and not lash out at Emily for him having to go through this shit, y'all are all mistaken, because abuse don't just stop like that. And apparently they got eloped or they went and eloped, and they are married now, which means she couldn't testify against him if she wanted to because they're legally married. But it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But I for one, I'm glad the state is taking up the case, because it's really like, get your shit together. Like, this is serious. And if this girl ended up dead tomorrow, everybody be looking around like, oh, why didn't nobody do anything? Y'all knew what was going on, blah, 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 blah. So I don't know.
I think a lot of times you don't really know if you're going to, I don't think for some women or some men who are abused, if it gets to
men get abused too.
Men, that's what I'm saying, man. That's why I said it.
Yep.
I don't want to make this a whole men on women issue, because there are bullies of women out here.
Same sex, domestic violence.
Yes, absolutely, it's real. I don't want to say that, because I feel like a lot of times, sometimes when you're in a situation, you in your mind are so done with it that you're like, and then your actions follow with that decision that you made at the moment. But then once it's kind of blown over or it's died down, and that person sees that inch and they get in and they take a mile, and then you back being like, okay, don't do it again this time. Okay, I want to say, definitely call the police each and every time your ass gets beat or threatened or whatever, because I can't say that she knew that she wouldn't have been done. Maybe she did. Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. But
I mean, obviously she didn't if she pressed charges, because she knew that's going to infuriate him even more. So if you're going to do that, your abuser is going to whoop your ass for pressing those charges. So clearly at the point in time, I think she did think she was done with him.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. No. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I think that she thought that she was done. Hence why she did call the police.
But the damage is done now. So it's like, you can go back all you want, but the public opinion and the police and the state of New York or New Jersey, they feel differently. And I
don't think it's going to go anywhere. I mean, it'll play out here in a second for us all to see what the outcome will be. But for some reason, I just don't think it's going to go far. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why I feel that way. I don't agree with anything that he did or how his actions were. But again,
from what I heard and what Joe Budden was saying, he was saying that like New Jersey, for the most part, New York State, they will push through any type of case. They don't care, because they'll just use the taxpayer dollars to push it through. But he was like, New Jersey, if they decide to pursue a case, then they have something. They have evidence, they have whatever, because they're not going to pursue nothing and waste taxpayers' dollars for shit that's not going to get no conviction. Like, or they've already kind of negotiated something on the back end. So he's waiting to see. He's more so like, this shit is probably already kind of like being negotiated with his lawyers so that he doesn't have to go to trial, and that he doesn't have to be in public opinion anymore. So it's kind of like they're playing chess to kind of see if they can get him to some type of level of conviction without him having to go to court. And that's probably what's going to come. He probably going to have like community service or something like that.
Yeah.
But Emily's probably going to get her ass beat for it. Like,
we don't know that.
I mean, if that man is abusing her.
I don't want to say that he's a woman beater, because we did not see him beat her ass on camera. So to say that he will beat her ass after, again, I can't say that. I don't want to put that on him, because he has not been convicted.
I saw him charge at that girl, and she screamed in terror.
I've screamed in terror. I've screamed in terror before, and he wasn't beating my ass.
I have never. The only person I screamed in terror from is somebody who I was with who was abusive, like mentally, verbally. Like, I've never nobody that I could see myself being with. Like, to scream in terror of your partner, like. Yeah.
I've screamed in terror before, but
if you're still with that person, I mean,
he has not beaten my ass. He'd never put he's never like hit me or anything like that.
I have
But
never
I
ran from
screamed in
somebody who has
terror.
not hit me like in terror like that
So
ever.
I'm saying I have, and I haven't had.
Like that bitch was scared. Like I don't know if your memory fails you, but you may need to look at that video again because she was terrified. Like
Yes, she was. I saw it,
and
but
she got new teeth in 2 weeks
I'm just
later.
saying that
Like
I can't say he's going to beat her ass
she was terrified and got
off
new
of
teeth.
that video. And I think, did somebody have scissors in their hand or a weapon? Or
Fabulous has scissors in his hand.
Okay, so that would also probably, if you're charging and you're walking around carelessly and on top of that you're infuriated, I can see where everything can kind of get.
I'm sorry. You don't run and flinch like that and scream in terror
Girl,
over
at
someone
that
who has
point, you
never
don't know
hit you
who he
before.
is. So yeah, I'm sure she did
That man
scream and
has
all that kind of
beat
stuff because this
her
isn't the
ass.
cool, calm, and collected Fabulous that you just mentioned earlier in this podcast.
Well, you ain't gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. Fabulous is whooping her ass. And if this goes the way it goes, and he has to deal with the nuisance of going to court over Emily B pressing charges on him, this will backfire on her. And he will try to whoop her ass again if he's not already
He hasn't been
continuously doing
convicted.
it. I don't give a damn who convicted what. My spirit and the way that man charged her and the way she acted and reacted and having brand new teeth 2 weeks later, he's whooping her ass. And I don't care what nobody say. Period. He has and probably still is. You don't have to say it. You can wait for the conviction. I say what I say. And that nigga is whooping her ass. And I hope Emily B, you're probably not listening. But if by some chance you are, I hope you do what's best for you. Like, honestly, truly, fuck the money, fuck everything. If you're scared to close your eyes at night next to this man, get help. Get out.
So what's the difference between this situation and the Nelly situation we talked about in podcast prior when you said you don't want to put any labels on Nelly because he,
I haven't seen no video footage. I haven't seen no evidence or no video footage of Nelly inappropriately doing anything to anyone. What I saw with my own two eyes and heard with my own two ears and felt in my own spirit was what Fabulous did in that video. And
so it's a feeling that makes you feel. It's a feeling of what you saw. And
it was me seeing him charge at the mother of 5 whatever kids and her scream in terror to get away from him. And for the father to say, stop beating my daughter's ass. Like everyone was on the same accord. They were trying to rescue her from this hell of a situation she was in. That's what was happening in that video. And I mean, you could wait on a conviction all you want, but I saw what I saw. I heard what I heard. And I know I've seen domestic violence. I've seen the patterns of that shit. Yes, all is forgiven when you're in love with the person beating your ass. But I don't have no emotional ties to Fab. So it's just like, it is what it is to me.
Mm-hmm.
Any nigga coming at you like that and having you run in pure terror. And then you literally, everyone sees you get brand new teeth 2 weeks later. And there's reports of him knocking out your teeth. I mean, I don't know. That's how I feel about it.
She got brand new teeth?
Yeah, she got a brand new grill after there was police reports of him knocking out her teeth. So whether she drops the shit or not, the state has picked it up. And it is what it is. Whether he gets convicted, it doesn't matter. It's not like he's really going to go to jail. I don't think that would ever happen. I think it'll probably just be, a little blur on his reputation now. Like people see him in a different light a little bit. Some people do. Some people don't care. So it is what it is.
So how do you feel about listening to Fabulous's music? Are you one of those people that like in this isolated situation, would you listen, like would you ever like rock to a Fabulous song or like something he newly comes out with or you'd be like, nah, I'm cool on that. I don't really listen to him. I don't support that.
Abuse or no abuse, I probably wouldn't be listening to Fabulous. Like I have some old Fabulous songs in the vault that I don't even think I have Fabulous on my like iTunes or anything, but he has some songs I like. He's a great rapper, but I was never no Fabulous fan to begin with. So whether he beat Emily up or not, I probably still wouldn't listen to no new music Fabulous came out with. So I'm not his fan base. So
if that was Drake in that situation, would you continue to support Drake? in this exact example?
No. I'm already iffy about Drake.
Really? Why?
Just because Drake to me, I love Drake. But the reason I first started liking Drake is because he just seemed to care so much about women and, you know, I don't know, he just seemed to be a different type of guy, more emotional, more just, I don't know. I like how he, catered to women and women's feelings and stuff. But now I just see Drake as more as like a womanizer. Like, I mean, he's super famous. So of course you're living that lifestyle where you can get any woman that you want. But this whole thing just about like him getting that porn star pregnant after having sex with her twice, it's just like, yeah, it's just like, it turns me off. It turns me off. It's more like, I guess he has his own personal demons he's dealing with as to why he can't like actually settle down with a woman. But it's just interesting to me because it's like the man who claims to be such a advocate of women and their feelings and not using them and them not being used, he uses women. You know what I'm saying? Like it just like, he doesn't settle down with a woman. He doesn't have a girlfriend steady. He doesn't see that value in women companionship like that. So it's kind of almost like you kind of selling us a dream, nigga, but you're not really acting out in that way. You're not practicing what you preach. So
funny because
I still like him, but
I like him now more because I didn't but it wasn't. I don't think it even had to do with a personality thing. It's just I've now become more in tune with a lot more stuff that he's doing, and I probably would have liked his previous stuff from way back in the day, but I don't know. I never gave it a shot. But I don't know. I'm like really, really liking Drake now for whatever reason.
I love Aubrey unconditionally, period.
Yeah.
I'm just not as head over heels in love with him because I realized that's just a fantasy. He's not really that man. If I was to meet him, it'd probably just be a one night stand type of situation and then he'll never talk to me again. So
he's not really that man, Whitney.
He wants to be that man. I see now it's like a thing. It's like he wants to be that way. He even talked about it. He's like, I condemned my parents for not being able to be together and raise me, but yet I'm in the same situation having a baby with somebody I barely know. So it's like he idolized that, but he doesn't really act in that way.
I think everybody essentially wants to be that perfect version or the better version of themselves. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think anybody wants to negatively be if you have that good person, that bad person in your head. And I think naturally people want to be this, but when they see when they realize the amount of work it takes to continue to be a good person in the sense of commitment and, it's work, especially when you're constantly tested in whatever realm in your life that you're in. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a fair statement to say that a lot of people would probably want to be a better version of themselves. It's just that.
Yeah. And then he admitted on his album that he only seen his kid like twice. I'm just
that's whack.
Hasn't even met his parents. And I'm like, you are so rich. You could fly him back from fucking France every weekend if you wanted. Like,
I think that's so whack. I hate when guys do that. Even the broke ones. I mean, listen, the mother can't keep you away from your kid. They can try to all they want. But like I tell my brother, you take those girls down to the courthouse and you fight for your sons. And that's what he did. He did. He got his visitation. He got, I don't even think the child support was kind of offset by the amount of days and stuff. But overall, he just wanted to see his son. And they both kept their kids from him because of, the feelings and the emotions and the back and forth. And I'm just like, quit using the excuse that they won't let you. If you don't take your black ass down to that courthouse, they are in favor of fathers that want to be in their sons' lives. What they're not in favor of is you saying you want to be in their life, and then the mom is like constantly, where the daddy at? Like he ain't you ain't seen him, you ain't paid your child support, you ain't da-da-da-da. So when you have money, and my brother, not trying to put him out on blast, but he regular, and he's fighting for just to be able to see his kid. He does pay his child support.
I know your brother.
On my daddy's side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
My daddy's side. So yeah, when you have money, like, I just feel like it's easier to have a presence and to deal with court and to pay the court costs. And you don't have to worry about the other stuff that these people that work $10 an hour and they really got to pay their whole check to child support to, like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, he
doesn't have no problem with the money. See, he's paid that mom off. So it's kind of just like my thing is he clearly doesn't want to be.
But that's what I'm saying. It's whack. But it's just whack. I mean, what
it is.
But I'm saying too, I'm speaking in general, like celebrities, like, oh, you know, I'm not giving her that. I'm not doing this. It's like, it's not what you gonna give her. It's what the courts decide to give her. Whatever the courts feel like that baby deserves to have based on your income, whatever. But it goes hand in hand. Both of them really go hand in hand. You know, takes money to support a child and it takes the presence to help fulfill that child internally. And if you're a celebrity, you're even more whack because you do have the resources to fly your kid in and to have that time, that leisure to. So I always feel like it's super whack when it's whack anyway when parents can't be in their child's life or whatever. But I think it's just super whack when it's a celebrity.
Yeah. So now you get it.
I think it's super whack. And I'm really actually shocked at Drake. I'm I don't even know Drake like that. Like I said, I just started liking him or his music. And when I heard that, I was like, wait, what? Drake? Nah.
Yeah. And you know how hard I ride for Drake. So I've loved Aubrey Graham for 10 years. So it's just like, I
always call these people, whether you remember Bow Wow, y'all, she used to be obsessed with some Shad Moss. Is it Shad or Shad?
They're real people.
It was just so funny.
They're real people.
Shout out to Genuine, Elgin Lumpkin, who was my first crush.
You just wanted to say Elgin Lumpkin.
I had to say Elgin Lumpkin.
I really can't.
But he had a birthday yesterday. And so funny. All my passwords used to be Genuine. Even now,
I remember that shit.
Look up anything under Genuine, but there's just Genuine. Hell, my first email address was finalwarning@yahoo.com, that Aaliyah and Genuine song. And you couldn't tell me nothing about Genuine. I loved him. I thought he was going to be my husband. I thought at least I would have been able to sleep with him between the time. I'm not going to tell you when I fell in love with him.
You always love niggas that are 15 to 25 years older than you. I just can't. Always. All my guys are the same age as me.
Shout out to Ronald Isley.
Girl.
But anyway.
Not Ronald Isley.
Yes, baby. He had them hits, that Mission to Please album. Woo! You know, Ashley will be in my car. She'll be like, oh God, Mia. She'll be like, I love the Isley brothers. I do. She's like, but I'm really not in the mood for this today.
Yeah, on that note, we need to wrap it up.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not in the mood for that today. But yeah.
Yeah, you got to be in a certain mood for Ron Isley.
No, you do not. I can always be in the mood for some Ron Isley, honey.
Okay, girl.
Okay, girl.
Okay. Are you in the mood for some black coffee, black sugar, no cream?
Oh, God, we're always cracking up. So, this has been awesome. It's been great. We had a lot to catch up on.
Yes.
We always have like a bulk of stuff to like talk about, which is good because there's always something going on. And I actually had a few things I wanted to get to, but we can put that on the next one. But yeah, it's great. So
yes, we're going to try to work out a way to kind of do a live stream some way. And we'll do some call-ins, right?
Some call-ins, yes.
Opinions.
For sure. So we will have hopefully a phone number for you all to call in on. We welcome callers and
keep up with our Instagram for all of the updates about, what we got going on. We're just now launching. We're on SoundCloud. We will be on Spotify soon. We'll be on Apple Music pretty soon too. We're in the process. But subscribe on YouTube, share, like.
We're about to blow up.
I'm just excited. I want more people to join our, Black Coffee and Tea family because I just love different opinions and different viewpoints. And I love when people leave their opinions in our comments.
We get them though, right? Like these people be going in on these post.
On our Instagram,
like,
they go in
and we
read every comment.
We read every comment.
So.
Like, we see y'all even going at each other. I mean, it's like, wait, what's going on? What happened? What post is this? So yeah, we love that. We love that. It's a community. It's a family.
Exactly.
Until next time, y'all.
Until next time.
See ya.
See ya. What I want to be.
Girl look good, Gia.
Oh God, that's about to be the fucking outro. We out.